Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to The Real with the Smiths. I am Nadine, and this is.
This is Jason. How are you?
And we just want to say we know. We haven't been here for a while,
Yeah.
and we just want to.
Apologize?
right. Apologize for not being here. Life has been very busy, and we just, we dropped the ball.
Yes.
Yes, we dropped the.
Life was lifing.
Life was life, and I like that. So, with that, we just want to say thank you guys. We have heard you. Thank you so much for coming to us and letting us know that you want to hear more from us. We just want to say thank you, and we want to welcome all our new subscribers, and we want to say thank you to all the ones that's been here from the beginning. And with no further ado, today's topic is
I don't know why she's doing this, yo. I don't know why she's doing this. The topic is signs that you are prepared, or God has prepared, or is preparing you for marriage. Told you, I don't know why she's doing this. Like, she doesn't know what the topic is.
Wait, is it something seven signs?
Hopefully 7 signs, if we can get to 7. Hopefully 7 signs that God is preparing you for marriage. We made lists separately, and someone does not want to share their list with me, so we may bump heads. So to alleviate that, I tried to not put the number in there, but now the number is out there. So 7 signs, hopefully, that God has prepared you for marriage. That is the topic.
Okay. All right. So now that you have gotten that off your chest. So this by no means is
Exhaustive list.
right. One. And two, we're not saying that this is the end all be all, right? We're just giving 7 things that the Lord has laid on us to
Right.
share with you guys. So by no means this is not it's not for everyone. All right. So what you got? What would you like to share with our friends?
You should begin, sweetie.
Why?
Because ladies first. Go ahead, baby. Tell the people.
Okay, I'm gonna take it. So let's one of them I'm gonna throw out there is contentment, right? So I believe that one of the things that you should look for in your life is that it's a sign of being prepared or preparation is that you're content. You're content with yourself. You're content with your relationship with God, if that's a thing. Like, should we be? Yeah, we should be content with our relationship with God. I
we
mean,
should.
not content to where you don't want to continue, because we should always be working,
Yes.
right, to get to a better place. But just being content with your finance, being content with your job, being content with just the season that you're in your life. That season, like, okay, God, I'm content with this area. I'm content with everything. So with that, when you're content, I believe that's a way where God can send your spouse, so you're not all over the place mentally, physically, like you're in a good place, because God is not going to send someone to you when you are like all over the place, and you that wouldn't be good. That's not a good foundation. So I say content. That's one of my things. I think I was content when God sent this guy to me. I'm like, okay, like, God, I was good. I was good, God, but okay. Yeah.
So her number one is dangerously close to the first thing that I will share, but I will share it. I'm going to say that something you may feel as if something is missing in your life, right? And it goes hand in hand with the contentment. you, of course, may be content with where you are in your place of employment or your career. You may feel content with where you are educationally, and you might feel like, content with your car. Maybe you have a place, maybe you're still with your parents, whatever the case is.
Right.
But you're okay. But you feel like there's still something else to be accomplished, maybe, or something else that you would like to do, or you feel like there is kind of a void in your life. You may be content with ministry or content with what you're doing in the church, but it just feels still like something is missing. I would say that is a sign to me that God may be preparing your heart for marriage, maybe preparing you to meet your special someone if you are not already with them at that time.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was looking at my phone, but trying to, figure out what's next. I guess purpose, right? With contentment, you have to know your purpose. I think knowing your purpose is a really great thing.
Indeed.
And I wouldn't even just say that is a preparation to a sign that God is preparing you to get married only. That's not the only thing. Just knowing your purpose is important all the way around. But with that, knowing your purpose will help you that when you get into a relationship, you are not lost, right? You know who you are in that relationship and know that, yes, I am in a relationship with someone else, but I know this is my purpose and I need to focus on my purpose. And in that relationship, it will be your purpose, your spouse purpose, and then it will be a purpose that you both share together, right? Am I correct there? Yeah, am I making sense? Because
You're accurate. On target.
I'm on target. That purpose that you guys share together is something that you're working towards, and like you said, ministry. But you have your own purpose, and it don't have to only be in ministry. Inside of the church, ministry outside of the church, ministry on the job where you are using your purpose to bring forth whatever it is that God has called you to do. So purpose is a very important thing. And I think we all should know our purpose at some point in our life. I think when you're a child or a young adult, you're still trying to figure it out. But when you become an adult, you should know your purpose. It is important that you're not being pulled from that handle and that corner, but you're more steadfast in whatever it is that God has called you to be or called you to do. Yeah.
I agree with that. I think that's a very valid point, a very strong point. I personally would have led with that, but I think that you must have some very good points, or a letter may be closed with that, but you must have two other great points for us going forward. I think the next thing I would say is family orientation. I think that if you begin to feel yourself being pulled in a more family-oriented way,
Right.
that might be a good sign of God preparing you.
That's true. I
And what I
agree.
mean by that is, your late teens into early young adulthood, 20s, even like your early 30s too.
Right.
And I really don't want to put time limits on things because everyone may be different. So I'm I probably shouldn't have just used times at all. But those times are kind of selfish times for you, or they are selfish times for you. You may, and everyone's path is different. You may go from high school to maybe college. College isn't for everyone. Maybe you go to a trade school. Trade school's not for everyone. Maybe you jump into a career. But whatever it is you're going from one thing, you're springboarding into something else that's really all you. It's all, your career is all you. What you want to do, you might want to start advancing quickly in your place of employment. If you're in school, that 4 or 5, maybe 6 years that you're there, it's a grind. Like you're only thinking about getting at the end of that semester,
Agreed.
and you might not be even looking to look for anybody else because you're just so consumed with the work or overwhelmed even possibly with the work. And so, everything is just me, 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 me. Maybe you're working
Yeah.
out, fitness, you're worrying about your own
Yeah.
body, just
That's
things that are all
good.
about yourself. And then one day you might just be kind of like, oh, this would be nice to share with someone else. Or maybe
Right.
I would want, a child, or maybe, whatever it is that makes you start to think family oriented. Maybe you start holding those
good.
babies in church a little bit more and getting ideas or something like that. But whatever it is, I think God would kind of start turning you from more of that me-centric ideology to more of a family-oriented ideology. And that could even be how you look at your own family. It might change too. And their importance or role in your life, and it might springboard you to wanting to do your own family or start your own family.
Yeah, no, that's true. I like that. Because you can't, well, you can, but it won't be healthy going to a marriage with someone being selfish.
Correct.
It it definitely wouldn't work well at all.
It wouldn't begin well, I'd say.
Okay.
Because
Unless you change, because it won't work well.
Right, it won't work
you-
well long term.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
Because
right.
I'll do the full disclosure. I was selfish when I came into this marriage.
Yeah, you was?
I was. I think.
So are
people-
you telling them you're not selfish anymore?
I'm a growing work. When I first got married, a lot of people were asking me, well, how is it? How is it? How is it? And my answer to everybody was the same. Like, I didn't realize how selfish I was. I always say that marriage is a mirror, and it kind of turns yourself, it gives you a chance to reflect on yourself or see yourself.
Right.
And so, in the beginning, I was just, this is what I want to do. I want to go here. I don't want to do, it takes sacrifice. It takes compromise.
Absolutely.
And in having to do those things or stare in the face of all those things, I realized how selfish I was. We are at year 5 now, so I must be doing something kind of right as far as growing in the non-selfish area. But there is definitely room for improvement in that. But I definitely do still get selfish at times. It's just I'm thinking about things that I would like to do and not always thinking about us as a unit.
Right.
So
Right.
that's what I would say.
Yeah, and that is important.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
about us. Us is very, very important in a marriage. Not just you and I only, but Christ. It's a big thing. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome, man.
Thank you
You're
for
welcome,
sharing
and
that. I
you're
mean, I
welcome.
hope I didn't put you on a spot.
No,
or
I
anything.
shared it. I didn't have to say anything. We could have just glossed right over that part, and
That is
I would have
true.
been nice and good. But that's fine. I felt pricked to say it, so
Okay.
there must be a reason for somebody out there. That's fine.
Yeah, agreed. So another thing that came to my mind is finance, right? Again, it's not for everyone, but I'm going to share. So before we got married, I was in school, so I got engaged the same year that I graduated. And so I didn't have the finance prepared or put down, but I believe that in all of that, God prepared me financially before we got married. So I'm pretty sure my husband, who is really good at savings, was already prepared.
I'm gonna keep my smart comments to myself. Go ahead.
But God definitely used that area and helped me being able to manage my finance very well. And so I believe that that's a sign that He will also prepare you financially to get into a marriage, to be married, to afford being married. He will prepare you. And I'm not saying everyone is going to have this big wedding, right? Because it's not always about that. I don't believe in big weddings and actually not having a good marriage. So you can go you and your spouse and have a wonderful marriage, but with that comes with other responsibilities, so you are going to need to be financially secure. So that's another thing. I believe God will help you to manage that area of your life. And I will say just manage overall area, like you will be overall content with that. So, of course, again, we all can have more and more and more, but you will be content in your finance as well. You have anything else you want to share?
I do have something else, but
Okay.
not about what you just said.
No, you don't have to.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
the last thing I would say on this topic, I was trying to think about how to go about saying it. I was trying to look for a more PC way of saying it,
Oh
but
boy.
this is the real with the Smiths.
Yes,
So
it is.
I the content is real. I'm just trying to think of the best way to say it.
Well, you know what I'm gonna say.
I know what you're gonna say, and I don't want to just say
Just
it.
say.
But all right, I'll put it to you this way. God, I believe that when God is ready for you to be married, or is starting to hint to you or indicate to you that it's time for marriage, your desires will change or should change. And what I mean by that is,
Okay. Okay.
I'm just gonna have to say
Reverend
it.
Smith.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to say it. So your whole phase should be over, right?
Okay. Ooh.
I know that we are mainly targeting believers on this channel. And if we're not targeting believers, we stand on a believer Christian foundation, which we've said
Absolutely.
over and over again here at this
Child
channel.
of God. Yes.
So we do not believe that you should be engaging in sexual activity before marriage.
That's true.
The real portion is there are people out there, both in and out of the church, who are
Yes.
having sex before marriage. There are people
Yes.
out there that are what the old folks used to call shacking, living together before marriage.
Right. Living together and having sex, because you can live together and not.
There are some people that
Right.
believe that even just living together and not doing anything is still a form of shacking.
Okay.
But I would more agree with what you're saying. But the truth of the matter is, you can't go into marriage
Right.
still playing the field, right? So if your mentality is, or if you're feeling like that's still a thing, you're still trying to what's the word I'm looking for? What did they say? Sow your royal oats.
Okay.
And you're out there trying to be busy with multiple people.
Yes.
You're not ready for marriage. Like, marriage is about being with one person for the rest of your life.
Yes.
And so monogamy, hopefully I said that right,
You did.
is the way that you should be, is the direction you should be leaning in. And if you feel like you're not interested in just going on, and this isn't a problem, going on a bunch of dates anymore, you kind of want to
Right.
do multiple dates with one person. Like, it's not about the number of dates, it's about the number of people at this point for you. Once that mentality kind of switches, then I do believe, I know actually, that God is speaking. God is speaking to you about becoming married.
Yes.
I think that's I'm ending it at that. I just wanted to make sure I touched everything that I wanted to touch.
That's a good one. That's a really, really good one. And wow, that's a good one. There's so much on that one, but there's so much there. Trying to think. One of my biggest things. I should have put this at, number one, if I'm going to put them in highest category, I think what I'm about to say would be the number one: counseling.
Yes.
Counseling. I strongly, strongly believe in going to counseling to prepare yourself for marriage, right? Meaning that, and it's not only for marriage, so I just want to put that out there. It is important to work on yourself regardless if you have baggage from the past, family baggage, it is
Absolutely.
very important just to go and speak with someone. Because there are things in life that we need to express, get advice on. There may be something that you're dealing with that you need to talk about, and it is good to go seek help before you go into a marriage, because once you do, you will bring that. If once you get into a marriage and you don't deal with that, you're going to bring it into a marriage. So if you have been abused, let's say that, and you go into a marriage, you will bring that with you into a marriage. If you feel abandonment, right, with your family, you will bring that into your marriage. You will feel abandoned also. And if your husband is not
Absolutely.
paying you enough attention, you
Absolutely.
may use that and say, he's abandoning you when he's actually not. But because you are dealing with these inner
Yep.
turmoils,
Turmoil.
right? Um, you're bringing it into your marriage. So I strongly believe that everyone should go and seek counseling. Everyone, before you even get into a marriage, you should. And I think we said this on one of our video about Christian counseling, or just we did two, right? We did
Correct.
two before we got married.
Correct.
And I think it's good to do one with your partner. And I also think it's good to do one with yourself without your partner. So it will help you to build those areas that you're not strong in. So it'll help you. Someone said to me the other day, they were asking for prayer, and they said that I'm not asking for a husband in this prayer, right? What I'm asking for is God to heal the little girl inside of me.
Wow.
And that is powerful, because a husband don't want the bruised little girl that is still inside of me. I cannot give it to someone else unless I am healed. And I was taken back by that, because I felt that is true, because I know that individual. But for that person to come out and express that, I mean, that right there was just so much. And I think a lot of us need to deal with that, whether it's the little girl inside of us or the little boy inside of us. We need to learn how to deal with that and heal that before we go into something with someone else. Because if that's not healed, we are going to eventually, like, it's going to be destruction or destructive eventually in a relationship, and you don't want to put that on your partner. So I think that is very important in counseling.
Absolutely. As a person with a background in counseling, I
Right.
cannot agree more. I put my
Yeah.
stamp of approval on that statement. You want to go into, we always talk about marriages being 50-50, but I think we do a disservice with that saying, and
We do.
I understand the premise behind it.
Yeah.
But in truth, we need to come into marriages 100%, 100%.
Agreed. Agreed.
You want to be as whole as you can be
Yes.
coming in,
Yes.
not marred, not broken,
Right.
not torn down, obviously within reason.
Right. Correct.
And you'll be able to be better together as a result of
Yeah.
you being your best
Yes.
self.
Yes, absolutely. And being your best self is good. Being your best self is a great place to be in, because you can give your best to everyone. And I know God wants our best,
Amen.
right? He desires that. He requires our best. So when you are in a relationship with God, if you have to give him your best, you also have to give your spouse your best, and so forth with your family. And I mean, just relationship in general, right? Yeah. So wait, do you have anything else you want to share?
I do not
You do
have
not.
anything else that I want to share.
Yeah. Did we do
That is 7.
that is seven.
That is 7.
Wow. Wow. Well, we should just wrap it up from there, right?
Sure.
Yeah, you don't have a bonus you
I
want to
do
throw at?
not have a bonus.
Throw out at our friends.
Stuck at 7.
We're gonna be stuck at 7. Well, God, 7 is God's perfect number.
Praised.
So, yeah, we will leave it right. We will leave it right there. So again, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like
Comment
and share.
and subscribe.
And subscribe.
Share it too.
Right, and subscribe. So we thank you so much for tuning in to us. See you next time.
Take care.